Hospital Porters, Pride and Dignity, Stop the New World Order. Welcome to Hapanwo TV. Right, I'm here on this lovely day today, and I was just thinking to myself whether any of you have heard about the X-ray porter who became a shoplifter. Yep, he was found squashed under Tesco's. Anyway, I'm here on this beautiful day in this little field to show you something. Those buildings you can see behind you are actually the Churchill Hospital, which is not the hospital I served at as a porter, but it's a different hospital. It's one of Oxford's two main hospitals, which were very much amalgamated under the Headington strategy in the 1990s. Now the reason I'm here today is to talk to you a little bit more about dignity statements. Now if you look in the description box, you'll see links to the videos I've made before. I think I've made either 2 or 3 of them, I can't remember. Have a look in the description box, I'll make sure they're all there. But if you remember, dignity statements are what I said they were, statements of dignity. Now this video is directed mainly towards hospital porters, but not only. I mean, what counts for hospital porters in this case counts for everybody. You don't have to be a hospital porter to care about your dignity. In fact, dignity is something that I think everyone should be caring about, and preserving their dignity is something that I think everyone should be caring about. And actually, if you go to my job, you know, my Get a Job You Lazy Scroungers video, there's a man called Monsieur Lunette. I don't know if he's not French, he's English, but he's made a video about how to keep your dignity in the job centre, and he's put some comments in the comments box and a video response, so check that out. It's very, very interesting. Anyway, this is going to be different to my previous video about dignity statements, in that this is not about what you say, it's something you do. And this is a dignity statement this is a form of dignity statement I never got to make myself when I was a porter, but it's one that you can still use whether you're a porter or whether you're a civilian, in any job or any situation where unpleasant other people try to take your dignity from you. And as explained before in the previous videos, once you learn how to make dignity statements, you'll be able to maintain your dignity in the face of any onslaught or any attack. If you do them right, you will completely disarm the person who is attacking you, I promise you. And as I said, I've explained before, this has got an awful lot to do with what Slaxer calls passive aggression. And Slaxer, if you're watching, mate, this video is for you as well, especially because you have hit the nail on the head what it means about passive aggression. So to begin my demonstration, because this is a physical thing. It's not like I say, it's nothing I say or write or anything like that. It's something physically. It's to do with gestures. I've managed to acquire a porter's shirt. Yes, if you see it all right, I've managed to acquire it. Never mind how. So I'm just going to put this porter shirt on, and we shall begin. The porter shirt adds authenticity to this, I think. So on goes my porter shirt. My goodness. I should see myself in the viewfinder. Blimey. It's been a while since I've worn one of these. You have to excuse me a moment. I've just suddenly been hit by a very powerful emotion to be wearing this shirt again. It's made me feel very kind of giving me a strange feeling, a very, very sad, but also a very sort of warm glow as well, to be wearing my porter shirt again, or a porter shirt. Anyway, what this is, this dignity statement, I haven't got a name for it really, but it's a physical gesture rather than something you say. And the gesture is, and I need a lot of space to demonstrate it, but I'll just show you what I'm going to do. The gesture basically is, you hold your fist in the air like that, a sign of dignity and power, alright? And with your left hand, you point towards the porter's logo on the breast. Okay, can you see that? You point towards the porter's logo on the breast of your uniform. Or, in any other way. I mean, if you're not wearing a uniform, you put your hand on your heart like that, or point to the logo, or whatever other civilian organisation you're a part of. If you're a dustman or a cleaner or something like that, something that everyone looks down on. But you're doing one of the most important jobs in the world. It's true, right? Just as an aside, I mean, just think about it, right? Supposing you had a dustman and a stockbroker standing next to each other, and you were asked to pick out which one of those is the most important. Of course, the conformist position is to pick the stockbroker, because he earns 100 times as much money. He's the guy with the big fast car and the smart suit and the big house, you know, and stuff like that, and all the social status. The dustman, he was on the minimum wage, he empties dustbins, he gets filthy, he lives in the crappiest house in town. But just think for a moment. Think. Which one of those is most important in terms of in terms of their absence? David Icke made this point when he was doing his live show in Brixton. If you took away the stockbroker, what would happen? What would be the consequences of that? Nothing at all. So human society would not suffer in the tiniest little bit way. In fact, some people would argue it would be better off. If you took away the dustman, every city in the world would very quickly be buried under a mountain of its own waste. If you're a dustman, don't let anyone tell you you're not important. Right, so I'm going to demonstrate. Now what you do, you use this gesture, right? You don't use it when you're sort of in conversation with somebody, all right? Like you do the other dignity statements. You use it, it's one of those awkward moments where you turn onto a corridor. It's worse on a night shift when there's no one else around and there's no distractions except the other person. And it's a long straight corridor. Imagine this is a corridor in the hospital, one of the main streets in the hospital. It's a night shift, 3 o'clock in the morning. There's no one, there's very few people around. You're walking along a corridor and suddenly a door opens and out comes your worst enemy. The snottiest, stuck-up little bitch of a nurse, staff nurse you can imagine, who's always been passively aggressive with you, rude to you and everything, all right? And you're walking, and she's walking towards you like with her nose in the air like that. Now what do? You could use this dignity gesture that I've just demonstrated. I'm just going to show you, but I'm going to have to walk to the end of the corridor, this imaginary corridor of ours, and I'm going to walk towards you, and you've got to imagine that as I'm doing so, Miss stuck-up little bitch comes out and walks towards me. And just watch what I do. She just opens the door and comes out. She's walking towards me. I'm not looking at her or making eye contact with her at all. I'm just walking past her. Simple as that. That's all you do. It's very, very easy. Anyone can do it. Her reaction will probably be this. She'll probably go and look at you curiously like that. But she understands. Don't get me wrong. She may pretend not to, but she understands. Everyone understands that. As Mahatma Gandhi explained, it's something universal. It's something universal in the human experience. Everyone really understands what respect and dignity are. And I promise you, it will be 1-0 to you. I promise you if you do that. The snotty-nosed little cow who looks down her nose at you and talks to you like you're dirt is going to be about that high when she walks away from you. If you do it right, okay? But it's important, as I always say with dignity statements, keep your head, keep your cool, don't get angry. Don't look at her, all right? Don't make eye contact with her. Just pretend she's not there, all right, while you're doing this. All right, you're pointing towards your Porters logo and you're holding your hands up in the air, power. Pride and dignity of the Porters, in other words. It's kind of a sign language, a universal sign language. If she turns away and she might turn to you and say, excuse me, and you turn back and say, oh, hello, yes, I didn't see you there, you know. Or things like that. She'll say, why are you holding your hands in that position? And you'll go, what you say is, well, my arms are aching a little bit, and I find holding my arms in this position actually helps me a great deal. It helps the pain go away, and makes my joints more supple. She'll go, what can she say to that? You know, she has to walk away. She can't exactly say, well, I think that's very rude and I'm going to report you to your boss. You know, because then again, she might do that. If she does that, she goes, excuse me. And the head porter picks up the phone. Yes? One of your porters has been extremely rude and aggressive to me. He's been making aggressive gestures in the hospital towards me. And the head porter goes, right, staff nurse, has he been sort of like sticking his finger up like that? Or sticking 2 fingers up like that? Or anything like that? No, he's just been holding his fist in the air like that and he's been putting his finger like that. Right, I see. And he's been, you see that as an aggressive gesture. Yes, yes I do. I mean, he told me he was doing it because his arms were aching, but I don't believe him. And I'm very, very annoyed, and I'm much more important than him. So please, could you do something about it? Well, start this. There's not an awful lot I can do about it, because I mean, he hasn't done anything wrong. He hasn't said anything rude to you. He hasn't been impolite in any way. There's not actually a lot, there's not really much I can do for it. And there is not anything he can do about it. There's nothing she can do about it either. That is the essence of dignity statements, all right? Another dignity, what you can do instead of the hand gesture is to sing a Porter song. Just hum it to yourself. Don't sing it loudly and aggressively. And again, don't make eye contact with her. Don't look at her. Don't acknowledge her presence. But just sing calmly to yourself a Porter's dignity song. Something like, Porter's dignity and Porter's pride, and no one can take that away from us. Something like that, Or, we've got lots and lots of dignity, and we're hospital porters, as you can see, and things like that. There's a whole list of these Porter songs that I've got. I wrote a list of them on Panwo once. I'll put a link in the description box if I can find the article, because it was years ago. And it's as simple as that. So I hope you've learned something from that. Remember, you don't have to be a porter to use Porter's dignity statements. Right, I've got to take off this Porter shirt now, which is strange. I'm back out in the world where I'm not wearing my Porter shirt. Incidentally, did you hear about the X-ray porter who got arrested in IKEA? Yeah, what he did, he got arrested for his shoplifting, because I just said the porter who became a shoplifter. Yeah, well in this case he stole a settee and 2 armchairs from IKEA, and he ran out of the shop without leaving any payment except 3 copper coins. The police caught up with him and they arrested him, and when they questioned, it seems he didn't understand because he thought it was a 3p suite. Hospital porters, pride and dignity, stop the New World Order.